Ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats have lost their mind. They really have. You know, last night I went to bed early, 8:30. I was really anxious to test this new sleeping device called 8 Sleep or Sleep 8. It works very well. And this morning I opened up the New York Post on my phone, and the Democrats have gone batshit crazy. First, you have Jimmy Kimmel making a joke how Melania Trump is soon to be an expected widow because of the multiple assassination attempts on our president and Commander-in-Chief Donald Trump. And then you have a Democratic congressperson, right, telling the EPA chief, Lee Zeldin, who could have been the New York City governor, to drink weed killer during a congressional hearing. What is wrong with these Democrats? Right? And then you got Mayor Mamdani, the Muslim that's in charge of New York City right now, begging the lawmakers to extend the budget deadline because they don't know how to balance a checkbook. I'm not saying the U.S. government does it either, but man, New York City is capital F with a hard D at the end of it. Fucked. But at the end of the day, man's best friend will never let you down. Speaking of man's best friend, it was heartbreaking to hear from Johnny Sunshine Sunday, late afternoon, early evening. I was watching the video that he posted over the weekend where he had to surrender his dogs. Heartbreaking. And the man can barely take care of himself. He can't take care of his 2 best friends. And as soon as I heard that in the video, I couldn't watch anymore. It's like this is heartbreaking. I gotta make this light, by the way. Let me floor it a little bit here. Yep, made the light perfect. So, fortunately, the breeder that John Phillips of John Phillips Plumbing, Mr. Sunshine, that he adopted Gus and Bella from, she took the dogs back. And Mr. Sunshine is downsizing. He's got his house in the market. He's going to get rid of everything, and he's going to take a new path in life. I gave him some words of encouragement. In summary, I told him that he should maintain his plumbing license. And once he gets situated and once his health gets a little bit better, take a step back and do things a little bit easier. It's sad that he's only in his early 60s, and already previous in life battled leukemia as a United States Navy veteran. But it's sad. It's sad when you have a friend, literally falling apart in front of you. It's really, really sad. So thoughts and prayers to Mr. Sunshine. I think that one good thing out of this is that he was able to rekindle the relationship with his family, which is amazing. I think that's beautiful. I hope that continues to grow and they bond together again. And I wish him, like I said, a speedy recovery. A little bit late start this morning. It's a little after 6:15 in the morning. Now, you gotta be careful with these school buses because these are like ATM machines for the government. They have these cameras on there, right? And as soon as that thing turns red, if you don't stop, man, you're getting a ticket. It's like $250. It's expensive, very, very expensive. They should have. Good thing they don't have. They should have. It's a good thing they don't have cameras at stop signs because, man, that would be a moneymaker. Yesterday, I fired Gio. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. But he's still here, so I guess I didn't fire him. Or I guess maybe he thought I was bullshitting. But I decided that I'm just going to give him really intense, tough love. I am going to shove it down his throat so bad that he's going to want to choke on the tough love. He is going to want to choke on it. All right, let's get ourselves situated. And in case you're wondering, yes, I renewed my registration. It's right here. Let me go put it in the windshield. Man. By the way, I got to give Daniel a huge shout out. Yesterday, he had a maintenance agreement sign up. Ain't that something? Beautiful. Is that all that? No, I need to pay my sprinkler guy. Yesterday, he got a maintenance agreement to sign up. It's a team effort, folks. It's a team effort. It really is. This Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have a live premiere. It's going to be awesome. It really is going to be awesome. We're going to have the collaboration video of the install from last week's job in Central Florida, where we collaborated with ACIQ and the kings of mini splits of Central Florida. These guys, they did great. You know, they did great. There's always room for improvement. You know what I mean? But these guys, you know, you gotta give them credit. They came out and they did an install of a single zone system with electric in, let's see, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, in a little over 5 hours. And when you're taking into consideration the speed that labor moves in Central Florida, you got to give them an attaboy and a round of applause. You really do. But I can tell you this, if that was here in New York, that would have been the last install that they did for me. Not doing a pressure test with nitrogen, checking for leaks after you dump a charge. At that point, you're effed. Right? If you don't do a pressure test with nitrogen and you're relying on the micron gauge, and the duration of time. But other than that, they really did an exceptional job. I gotta make an espresso. Hold on, guys. I gotta make a little bit of espresso. Coming right back. So not too shabby. Now, let me show you the maintenance agreement warboard. The company goal is 2,000 active maintenance agreements with our clients. Right now, we have a total of 339, which is 17% to our goal. So I have a little bit of a neutral smile with a little bit of a curvature indicating a happiness right there. You see that? It's like more of like an evil grin. All right? Especially with like the slanted eyes. All right, and a little hair dipping down there. So we're 17% to our goal. We're into week 3 of month 2. For today's Tuesday, the 28th. Daniel has 1 for the week, and no one else has anything. Here, by the way, if you want to pause your screen and scan that in with your smart device, support the team and subscribe to our YouTube channels. James is on the left, that QR code right there. Daniel, DCHVAC, and Pipe Doctor, Mikey Pipes YouTube channel there. We also have that on our front door, on the overhead door. It's good stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. Also, yesterday, we got the right surge protector with voltage monitor by Rector Seal. You know, with the prices they charge, you're getting reamed right up the rectum. Seriously. You're getting reamed right up the rectum with this. So I talked to my boy Kevin, and he's got a bunch of his Chinese children and their parents working on this to, I don't know, make a version of this that we can have here that's better, all right? It'd be really nice if it showed amperage. right? But it's got a surge protector, voltage range monitor, and a 60 amp disconnect breaker, unlike this one, right, which is just the VRM. This is the VRM DC. Yep. There's the 48 that we're going to put in, I think, next week. We have seven ductless systems en route. We have 3 that were delivered yesterday. They're being installed next week. And 36, 3-ton, 4-ton, 2-ton on standby. Got water heaters, toilets, smart toilets, pool heaters, plenty of inventory, but most importantly, the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Training Center, where we instruct others, including our own company, the guys in the team, on how to properly repair and service these things. If you're interested in signing up for a class, where a few people have inquired over the last week or two. I have not responded to them, but I'm waiting to get like a couple more, so we have a class of 5, and then we're going to start classes. Okay? We'll be doing the high efficiency equipment and the cast iron. And to show you, it's still under pressure. Where's that pressure going to go? Right? Unless there's a leak. And we repaired successfully this B&G 100. There's a video on that on the Mikey Pipes HVAC training YouTube channel. Check that out. But folks, there are not that many posters left. 2 people picked up a poster yesterday. This is the version 2.0, the Mikey Pipes. If you ain't testing, you're guessing poster. Your donation of $42.50. Zelle, PayPal, Cash App. You want to send a check, gold bullion, bearer bonds. I don't care how you send it to. If you're going to send a check, make it payable to the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Charitable Organization. Just Mikey Pipes Philanthropy is good enough. We're an IRS 501c3 charity with a mission to provide free or low-cost plumbing, heating, cooling services to those in the community who can't afford to hire a professional. I still can't believe that this Democratic moron told the head of the EPA, Lee Zeldin, to go drink weed killer. And you wonder why there is so much violence and division in this country. You have Hakeem Jeffries threatening the governor of Florida, saying, fuck around and find out. This is how these Democrats act. And you wonder why there's so much violence in this country. You don't see Republicans acting like complete morons. These are elected officials. Like, what the hell is wrong with people? Seriously. And last but not least, I gave up on the 60-day challenge, the workout challenge. The guy got evicted. And now he moved to the most difficult block in the neighborhood. And that's a stretch of a road called Broadway between Hewlett and Woodmere. And there's a reason why I didn't buy a building on that block, because of traffic. I couldn't even imagine the people that would give me so much evil eye, right? When like a Ferguson truck or an FW Webb truck or a AF Supply truck pulled up in front of my building, right, to make a delivery, when people would be going ape shit. So that's where Lawrence moved. To that building that I was going to buy about 6 years ago. Would have been a great price. But I couldn't move my business there because it was just, it's insane, the amount of traffic that's there. And I avoid that area at all costs. Unless I'm going to Donna Cola for dinner, which I could take a shortcut, which is go down there to there, and like I put right in front of the spot. And I have my own little designated parking spot. So I gave up on that. I'm sorry if I disappointed anyone. This morning, after I used the facilities, I went on this plate in the bathroom floor called the weigher. Some of you refer to it as something you don't want to see in life, or others call it merely just a scale. Not a triple beam scale, but a scale. But I call it
the weigher because you stand on this plate and a number appears. So that number this morning was exactly 222. So by giving up LJ, personal trainer next door, you saw it said 225 about a week and a half ago. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. It said 225. Now it says 222. I did have 4 baby lamb chops last night for dinner with half a cup of rice. White rice soaked with margarine, salt and pepper. It was so good. It was so good that I had 4 shots of Grey Goose with it. And then I went to bed at 8:37. How do I know? Because my smart bed told me that. It said, "Good morning, Michael." And it even sent me metrics. See that? My time slept was 8 hours and 18 minutes. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, folks. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday, April 28th. Catch you on the next one. Be well. God bless. Stay safe. Oh, and don't forget posters. Email me directly, Mike at MikeyPipes.com. And make sure you check out the live stream on the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor YouTube channel this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for watching.